welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida.
Florida. Why do you always say that with your eyes closed?
I'm afraid I'm going to forget it.
Okay.
That's probably
The
true.
whole episode, he has his eyes open, except for that little part, every single time.
You know what's forgetful?
What?
This little orphan boy I knew.
Oh, I already forgot about him.
Yeah,
He was
so
obviously forgotten by
his
a couple
parents
people.
just dropped him off at the fire department.
Okay.
On a piece of paper, it
All right.
said no first or middle name.
Okay.
He
No
goes
fir-
by
okay.
his last name.
This is an orphan boy you know now?
I knew of him.
Okay.
We're not in contact anymore.
I got you.
Okay.
So they're like, he just goes by his last name. Don't try to give him nothing else.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were really weird parents for dropping him off at the fire station.
Right.
Yeah, and then
right.
get bossy about the names.
Yeah, so he gets put in like a home. I don't know how that
what's
whole
his
thing
last name?
works out. Artie.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So Artie gets put in a home, starts going to school, gets in this private school, you know, boys and girls.
Right.
Then new girl shows up. Her name, Artie, A-R-T.
that's her
Sa-
first name?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His last
Almost
name is
same.
Artie, and her first name is RT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
RT?
yeah.
Okay.
So since, you know, kids don't know how to distinguish male and female,
Sure.
they called Artie, girl Artie,
Okay. That makes sense.
and him, boy
Artie.
Artie.
Okay.
This guy, you're never going to believe it,
Uh-huh.
but he ended up becoming a famous chef.
Okay.
He's not on any TV shows,
Okay.
but if you can name,
Chef Boy Artie?
if you can name,
Boy, Artie.
that's a true story. If you look up the Wikipedia, it won't say it because they won't admit it, but it's a true story.
Wonder where girl Artie is now.
Nowhere near
Yeah,
as successful.
Yeah, who knows? Chef Girl RD. No, that sounds
No,
dumb.
Just doesn't
work.
Headlines. Let's talk.
Okay.
So,
Oh, nice.
a few episodes ago,
Yep.
Let's talk.
we talk about one of our most famous Florida women.
Jacqueline Knife.
Yes, that was last week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a few more episodes back. Carol Baskins.
Oh,
Come on.
Okay.
Yep.
Carol
Killed her
Baskins.
husband,
Yep.
Stab him.
A big cat rescue in Tampa, Florida.
Big cat rescue.
She's in the news again.
No.
Okay. I don't know if you guys know, but
New
know,
husband disappeared?
we'll do, yes.
Oh,
We'll
no.
get to that. So let me just recap real quick.
Okay.
The fact that if you haven't seen Tiger, was it called?
King.
Tiger
Yeah.
King.
You're blocked from listening to our show.
Exactly. But anyways, Joe Exotic owned a zoo in Oklahoma,
Right.
had all these tigers, like 120.
A rescue zoo. I think we
Anyways,
called it.
he gets arrested because he tried to hire a hitman to kill Carol Baskins.
Right.
Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly. So he's in jail, right? That pretty much brings you up to speed for what I need. Now, Carol Baskins has just been granted complete ownership of Joe Exotic Zoo in Oklahoma.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold
So,
on.
There's
She
been
wins.
years of feuding between really most of it was just on Joe's Exotic
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
But they've been feuding. Well, there was this she sued for infringement, some kind of infringement.
Oh, because the logos. He called his.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were he basically was making fun of her or
Yep.
trying to copy her on like everything.
Right.
I mean, he
That's
was like
true.
obsessed with her for good reason.
Right.
Yeah.
She
I mean,
killed
she's
her- She
hot.
killed her husband.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly. So, but anyways, this whole settlement happened, this lawsuit happened. And before he went to jail, Joe Exotic transferred all of the zoo ownership
What?
to his mom
Okay. Oh,
because
no.
he was basically like, if I lose this lawsuit,
Yep.
he was trying to protect his assets
Yeah,
in the zoo.
naturally.
And Carol killed his mom?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. No, supposedly his mom flew off in a plane to Colombia.
Yeah, we
That's
don't know
what
where she
Carol
went.
said.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Van was left behind. So anyways, a judge found that to be criminal, trying to be fraudulent
Okay, yeah.
to trying to protect his assets from
I
this.
get my mom stuff all the time.
I know, but probably not something worth $1 million.
You don't know.
I don't know that.
You gave her a
Okay.
beta fish. That
It's
was
illegal to give your mom. We learned that today. It's illegal to give your mom presents.
fine. I'll never give my mom presents. But what do you do about that beta fish? Because you valued it at like $1 million when you
I
gave
did.
it to her.
So now I guess my mom's going to jail.
You're in trouble.
So, anyways, Carol Baskin is now the owner of GW Zoo.
Whoa.
The current owner, Jeff Lowe, who is also on the show.
Right.
The judge told him, all right, you have 120 days to get out. You've got
Oh
to
my
take.
gosh.
Basically, the animals have to go. Okay, but and he's already building like another zoo. Jeff Lowe is.
So is she going to sell him the cats?
Well, that's the thing. Carol Baskin said, if they aren't able to take all the cats or they don't do something,
She's
with
like,
all
I'll
the
just
cats,
kill them.
we'll take them, or other organizations that help big cats
Right,
will take
right.
them. So, anyways,
Oh
that's
no,
the
that weird
news.
polygamy guy. You
I
take
know
him.
that everybody is still waiting to hear and find out, okay, what about her husband? We don't
Yeah.
have an update on that yet, but as of right
Cool.
now, she owns Joe Exotic Zoo.
I mean, she won.
Yeah.
That's about
Yeah.
I mean, he's in jail. She owns his
She
zoo.
won.
wow.
And she got to kill her husband for free.
She's
That's
Supposedly.
yeah.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
all right. So next headline.
Come on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Florida man
Ooh, good start.
was arrested
Mm.
for kicking a chicken.
That's rude.
It is very rude.
I mean, if you're walking through a chicken pen,
No,
it's inevitable.
Still rude. So Nicholas Kevin Chu,
He's a
or
kick.
Bless you.
He's a kicking chicker.
What?
He's a kicking chicker. Just
So Nicholas Chu.
Okay.
Okay. If Nicolas Cage was a chef, I feel like his chef name would be Nicholas Chu.
I
That
think
sounds
so.
fun.
Yeah.
chew
So
on this.
he was charged with animal cruelty.
Okay. Good.
Basically, the police were called for domestic dispute, obviously,
Yep.
just like everything else.
Is there paprika on this corn?
So the police arrive to find Nicholas Chu and his girlfriend yelling at each other. They get into a fight, and the girlfriend was mad that Chu kicked a chicken
Yep.
in the yard. Okay, and so Chu admitted to kicking the chicken out of the way
Jesus
or moving it with his foot
Goodness
out of the way.
gracious.
But because he was annoyed by
Moved
this,
it with his foot out of the way.
he moved it with his foot because he was annoyed with the sound that the bird was making.
You know what? Now thinking about it, Popeyes had kicking chicken that was
jeez.
delicious. So maybe he was just trying to replicate the recipe.
I
maybe.
think so. I think
Man,
so.
I
So-
think once we leave today, I'll probably go to Popeyes.
Yeah.
So a separate witness stated he saw Chu kick the chicken in the way a football player would kick a field goal.
Jeez Louise.
It's good.
It's not a good look.
no. What's his name? Gary Chu?
Nicholas,
I
don't. Well, just let me finish.
okay.
Okay. So the chicken appeared to be in respiratory distress.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
animal control
Hello.
came and took custody of the chicken.
They killed
All
it.
right. They later learned that the chicken suffered 4 broken ribs. Then the chicken made its way all the way down to Popeyes.
What?
Shut up.
What? Okay, I was about to
Is
say.
now kicking chicken.
Now kicking chicken recipe. I told you.
No, but it did go to Florida Keys Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
Good. Good.
And so now
Are they going to do surgery?
the owner's trying to get its pet back, basically.
Honestly, dude, like, okay. The description of kicking by saying I moved it with my foot.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
I moved
should
that
go, he should
football
go to
with my
jail for
foot.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I think just on top of that and the animal cruelty, I think Stephen Chu should go into
Hold on.
Oof.
There's more?
Haha.
There's more. So the chicken was reunited with its owner. Let me
Oh
just
my
say
gosh.
that first.
They don't deserve it. If
Okay.
she can't protect the chicken
Right.
from his foot,
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. All right, but here's the thing. Chu was arrested in 2018.
Okay.
All right, so this is not his first
okay.
It's not his first chicken
tussle,
kicking.
Oh, no.
tussle with the police. In 2018,
Oh no.
Chu was Chu was arrested for
Kicking mashed
allegedly
potatoes. That's another good recipe.
threatening to blow up a woman's house after she refused his sexual advances.
What the crap?
I mean, we've all been there,
Yes.
right?
I mean, so wait. What's
Right?
the
I'm not
hesitation
alone
of
here.
putting this guy in the corner?
Oh, he
She
definitely
did-
goes in the corner. I just wanted to give all the
Oh,
information.
yeah.
This girl didn't have a chicken to kick, so he's like,
I'll blow your house
I'll blow
up."
your freaking house.
Yeah,
up.
basically he wanted to
Reciprocate.
Yes, go out with this woman. She said no. He said okay. He texted her later on saying, I'll blow up your house. And then he's like, when the police showed up at his
Slang.
house,
That's slang.
it was a joke. It was a joke. But yeah, he was
It's slang.
arrested.
I'll blow
for that.
this whole scene up right now.
He's not a nice looking fella.
No,
Like,
look at him.
Oh, no.
he definitely needs to go in the shame.
He's got
corner.
an elongated face.
Absolutely.
That's a mush face. Hey, two guys in here.
Hey,
Joshua.
How's it going?
Good, man.
great
Miss you.
man.
So I got
Honestly.
this letter.
Okay.
This letter, I've always wanted to move,
Right.
away from Florida.
Right.
Okay,
But
Where?
this person, I don't know, the moon,
Yeah.
the moon. Yeah, that's
something
great.
like that. Something
It's
easy.
beautiful this time of year.
Something quick.
Yeah.
So this person said, I moved to Florida.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
All right.
She said, but I miss home and I miss, her name's Autumn.
Okay.
She said, I miss my namesake, actually.
Right. Hey,
I
Autumn.
miss the fall month.
Okay, like leaves.
Yep.
We don't have that here.
We
don't have that.
We have 4 summers.
Yeah,
So she decorated like her whole living room
I got
in
you.
that style.
Gotcha. Okay.
Smells
So-
like fall.
Smells like fall.
Cinnamon.
hmm She said it got so bad that her husband started calling her pumpkin spice.
Come on.
Oh.
That she loved it so much. She would drink the drink and she would
Oh,
decorate everything fall.
That's hurtful.
Yeah.
Shame on him.
Pumpkin
She's like-
spice. Pumpkin or pumpkin?
I
Like pumpkin spice.
can't even read it.
Okay,
It's just it's in cursive. I don't even know how you read those
Right.
words.
so we don't know what it actually says.
Yeah, she's like, "Can you make me feel better?" I'm sure you have some terrible nicknames. Looking at
Oh.
the three of you, I bet you were called some terrible
Right.
things.
So you want to bring us down to bring you up?
Yep,
That's
she's-
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
to
what
bring
we're
the
here for.
That's our
audience
job.
up.
That's what we do.
Every week we come down.
Yeah.
We hear headlines.
Uh-huh.
That brings us down like,
Way down.
Down
way
to the
down.
low.
Yeah.
and now we're gonna bring everybody up.
Let's do it.
So me personally,
Okay.
late puberty.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You did.
30,
You were driving around with a baby voice.
29.
I didn't sprout to this giant height of 5'8" until I was like 25.
Right.
Yeah.
Late bloomer.
So, and all the entire time from age 3 to 25, I was called Shrimp. What's my nickname?
Shrimp.
Yeah, and I thought it was
Wow.
because money, because I came from money.
Oh.
Like because shrimp's like a posh.
Because you
food.
could eat shrimp every day.
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
They call me shrimp because I can eat shrimp every day. You eat so much shrimp, you got iodine poisoning.
That's what I
Yeah.
heard. Yeah,
Right.
I went to the doctor and he's like, "You don't. That's not
Right.
a thing.
It's because you're really short.
It's because you're short.
Yeah.
and your spine." I was like, over.
Scoliosis.
You're split tail.
Yeah, so that one I didn't get, but they the one that hurt the most was kind of
Okay.
my own doing.
Okay.
In computer class,
Right.
because I came from money. I had a computer. I had
Say it
web.
one more
I
time.
had web TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember web TV?
But I've never heard
I
of it.
don't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Somebody will look it up. You'll know what I'm talking about. So I had a computer like before anybody. So computer
Wow.
class, the teacher's like, do any of y'all have an email address or a name? And I'm like, I do.
Look at you.
And she's like, okay, what is it? And I'm like, oh gosh, this is embarrassing.
Oh, jeez.
So now, like, cool kids,
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm less cool. So it was my initials,
Mm-hmm.
be cool.
So
Which is like-
JM, be cool.
Yeah, which is like the least cool
Oh,
thing
yeah.
you can say.
Well, you didn't know that back then. You would have to give this out to like everybody.
I didn't
Now
think.
you can't buy anything out of store without giving them your email
Yeah,
address.
Right.
I thought people would see that name and be like, "This guy's cool.
He'd
Yeah.
be cool.
He'd
Yeah.
be cool.
In a way, you were trying to convince yourself to be cool. You were saying to yourself, hey, man, be cool.
Be cool. Don't
Right.
get all heated." So
Exactly.
they called me "Be Cool," but in like a sarcastic way for like 3 years.
That's actually really hurtful. Hey, be cool. I think I'm
I'm
gonna
like-
bring that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring that back.
yo, be cool here.
Mine was younger. I was in elementary, and the odd thing is my dad, like blue collar worker, and like he worked in a factory, and like at a plant, and
Making blue collars though, right?
So about the same as Josh's upbringing.
no, Josh's dad owned all the factories.
yeah,
Okay. You weren't eating shrimp every night.
No,
Okay.
Lord,
No?
no. But so my dad and his friends, they had nicknames for each other,
oh, that's cute.
but they were cool nicknames. So like it would be like man, Donnie Tiger,
Uh-huh.
or like
Donnie Tiger,
Yeah, it was like this really cool nickname. So when I was younger,
Turbo Brain.
Turbo Brain, I asked my dad like Mickey the Drink.
Oh my gosh.
And so like I asked my dad, when do I get my nickname? Like, when does that come up?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, son, you can't make up your own nickname. Someone's got to give you one.
Okay.
So
This is true.
That's true.
in elementary school, I kept waiting. Like, I didn't know how that worked. Like, it's just one day someone gives me a nickname.
The
like,
new kid shows up and he starts dispensing.
nicknames. He
Yeah.
assigns me one, right? And so I'm just, I don't know, like in fourth grade, like I'm waiting for my nickname, and I'm sitting in class, and I scoop my desk back, and it scrapes on the tile floor, and it makes a sound, like a nasty sound.
Okay.
Not a scrape sound.
No, and this boy looks at me and he goes, "Hey, Wayne just pooted."
Oh, no.
poot was a popular term back
Yeah,
then.
and I was like, no, I didn't poot.
Yeah, that was not me.
I didn't poot.
I
That
don't
was my
poot.
desk. I'm trying
Wayne's
to,
like,
I'm trying
everybody
to
be cool.
explain it, right?
Be cool.
Yeah, be cool. Everybody calm down. And so my last name is McCarty, and so they started calling me Wayne McCarty Farty.
Oh, jeez. You're
because
Wayne McCarty Farty?
That's me.
Oh, my
You're
gosh.
famous.
That's me.
Jesus.
And so the horrible part of the story is it didn't register until I was walking home. Like, I finally got my nickname, and it's Wayne McCarty Farty. And it wasn't even something that I even did.
Gaseous Maximus, I think they also called you.
Well,
That's
fun
what I
fact is
heard.
I can't pass gas. I
Yeah.
never have. So the fact, so when I
It is a weird
He
thing.
tries, but he just can't.
and so I scooped my desk back, and then they called me Wayne McCarty Farty until
So it
I
was almost like
seventh grade.
redemption for you because you always felt bad about not being able to poot.
In a way, I
But
wish
now
I would-
everybody thought you could, and you're like,
Yeah, I can poot
I'm
if
here,
I
baby.
want to.
I can poot on command.
I can poot just like y'all.
be cool, baby.
Be cool, baby. How about you, Cameron? Do you have any bad nicknames?
I had
I
quite
bet
a
Cam
few.
was tortured because if
Yeah.
I'm looking at him,
Oh,
I could
yeah.
make up like 10 of them.
I got a couple for you right now.
Wow. Be cool.
Okay.
So,
This is
I had a
this is
few.
a stab every time I hear it.
So I started, my musical talent started at a very
Jesus. Oh,
young
geez.
age
Sure.
Okay.
Out of the womb.
in elementary school, but also I was skiing at a very young age. You guys know that I show skied. So
Alright,
that
would
was
be a combo I would go to see.
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
the singing skier.
Yeah.
is what they called me. No, but I had this nickname when I was in elementary school, kind of into middle school, Prodigy Boy, which I didn't understand.
Prodigy.
That's
Boy.
not a cut down. That's a positive thing.
What do you
That was a band, but I don't think when
no,
you
no,
were
Prodigy Boy.
No, that's a good. They're saying like you're
Natural
beyond
talent.
your years. Like you're gifted beyond your years. That's not a bad
Did
thing.
you think
I mean, see,
Prodigy
I
was
thought-
a bad thing?
Oh, I thought that I'm like, well, why wouldn't they just call me by my name?
Oh my God.
I mean,
Humble
Cam's kind
King.
of a
They
dumb
call
name.
me McCarty Farty, and this
Cool and
be
shrimp.
cool.
Yeah, but Prodigy Boy.
Yeah, boy on the end is like,
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Well, so I kept up through this musical talent and singing.
Jesus.
At one point, they called me Angel Voice. Which
Okay.
I thought that
seems
was like
complimentary also.
I mean, my voice was higher when I was younger, obviously,
Okay,
but
they
it
were
didn't
saying
stay.
you haven't gone through puberty.
No, I was I wasn't like 25
This,
guy
like
do it for
Josh.
this guy's a show soprano, and now he's over here bragging about it.
Angel Voice, but that I got that in college.
All right, so
God.
let's go ahead and recap.
I can see him on
Prodigy,
stage. Angel voice.
Angel voice.
Yeah.
What's next? Male model.
No, pretty close.
Okay.
Fabio.
They called me Eminem,
okay.
What's it, like,
which
like
I
the
thought
rapper?
I thought it was a fat joke.
Right.
Yeah, Candy. I do love
It
Candy.
was male model though.
Oh, my
my
gosh. I
God.
knew it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
This guy.
High school Adonis.
Adonis
I
is
think that's
another
a bad-
complimentary. Give us something that puts you on an equal playing form.
I thought Adonis was the worst one.
This guy. They could have called you.
What do you think it means?
I don't know. I never looked it up.
It's called positive.
It's all positive.
Okay, I don't know.
You're a Greek god.
Guys, just be cool.
Jesus.
In 1972, a man by the name of Henry Swanson was on a very important mission.
Henry Swanson.
38?
That's it was 38 years ago. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I stopped listening after the number, and I was like, I can get this math.
Aren't you in your late 30s? Were you born in the 70s?
Shiz. No. I'm way off.
So in 1972, a man by the name of Henry Swanson was on a very important mission. Henry was a Central Florida resident who had spent his entire life studying geology and agriculture.
Oh, that's important
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
It was back then, not anymore.
No.
Oh, wow.
Now it's robotics,
Okay.
video games.
Yeah. Now it's
computers.
robotics.
We
and
don't
video games.
eat.
No. Henry felt that he had discovered something in Florida that he really needed people to know about.
I want to know what it is right now.
Right, yeah, exactly. like he was trying his best
Uh-huh.
to get this information to the most important people as possible, right?
Can't.
So
can't.
basically, here's the thing. You know how in movies when there's like an expert who has discovered something and they go and tell the people in charge,
Mhm.
and the politicians usually like ignore the experts.
Yeah, they don't believe them or don't care.
Exactly.
They're like,
And-
okay, but what's the money?
Independence Day, they
Money.
didn't listen to what's his name.
Right. Dante's Peak.
Yep.
They didn't listen to what's his
him.
name.
Mhm.
Armageddon. They didn't listen to what's his
Same
name.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So
Sixth Sense, they didn't listen
Oh,
to the kid.
It
Right.
should've.
So the politicians ignore the experts until disaster strikes and they're like, oh my God, help us.
Mhm.
Well, Henry spent the majority of 1972 attempting to meet with every mayor in Orange County, Florida.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's just
sounds
showing
doable.
up, though. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
if you said the state, I'd be like,
Here's the thing, though. He would randomly show up at
Bingo.
every city hall in the county, and he would say, look, I have a desperate message for the mayor. Can I please speak to him? But every single time, no matter what city he was in, the person at the desk was just like, nah, man, you can't get in.
yeah, people don't want to talk to desperate people.
No, no,
Right.
no.
Yeah,
But
no.
I think that's when you write it down and you just hang
Yeah.
out with a sign.
Outside, like, I need to talk to you. So Henry finally kind of gives up. He's like, look, man, I'm just gonna let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, gosh.
Like, we'll see what happens.
That's where you don't want your expert to get, or he's like,
Where he's like,
bump y'all.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like just defeated.
And he moves.
He spends
Oof.
like 2 months. There's kind of like in a funk, like, man, I don't really know what to do. And his conscience kind of gets the best of him. He decides to make one last effort to get the attention of authorities. And so he pens a letter detailing his discoveries and he just blindly sends it to the mail, basically to every city capital.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
He's like, so whoever gets it, hopefully they read it. Hopefully they reach out to me.
You know, the secretary's like, just set an appointment. Every time you come in, I say,
Yeah.
set an
Yeah.
appointment. You're like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not setting an appointment.
He wanted to speak to them directly, I guess. So he sends a letter. Nobody ever responds.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
Everybody ignores it, right? So that was in 1972. We're going to fast forward to May of 1981, 9 years later.
Now we can just send an email.
Amen.
At this
Yep,
point-
in 81, you could.
Yeah.
We're in Winter Park, and there's a resident named May Rose Williams.
Okay.
Oh, I know where this is going.
She's in her backyard. She's hanging clothes on the clothesline to dry.
Mhm.
And basically what that is, if you don't have like a dryer, you hang your clothes outside on this line.
Mhm.
It dries in the heat.
I've seen them in black and white movies.
She had
Right.
email, but she didn't have a dryer.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So
Where to
there's-
invest your money?
There's
Yeah,
discrepancies. So she's drying her clothes, and she says that she starts hearing this noise. This is a quote from her. She described it as a queer swishing noise.
That's textbook chicken with broken ribs.
Right.
Uh-huh.
In a separate interview with the Orlando Sentinel, she said, it sounded like a lot of beavers got together and just started chomping on stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that
Okay,
noise.
God bless. I
Wow.
will.
So it's either a queer swishing noise or a bunch of beavers chomping on stuff. That is exactly how May Rose Williams described this noise.
Wow.
Either way,
Jeez.
whatever it was, didn't get her attention enough to care. She goes inside, she has her supper, she goes to bed.
Okay.
I would be worried if my house had trees around it.
Yeah, trees are going to be
That
all
there was
over
an
something
your
could be
army
out
of
there.
an army of beavers.
She's got a giant sycamore tree right outside of her house.
Oh, those
Oh,
beavers are taking
she
that
does.
down.
She's in trouble.
So she wakes up the next morning, and when she goes outside, she's just kind of woken up, and she's going to get the laundry off the line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of early. She doesn't have her glasses on, but she does notice that her laundry line is gone, and so is the giant sycamore tree.
Oh, geez.
We know what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
It took him a
beavers.
minute.
Yeah.
Here.
So the line's gone, the beaver's gone. May Rose Williams.
the beaver's gone?
Yeah. The
They
beaver's
took
gone.
the tree, bro.
So May Rose Williams pauses just long enough to realize that she's approximately a foot away from a 90-foot deep hole in her backyard.
Wait,
Dang,
what?
Hungry beavers. They take that sycamore tree and they're like,
They just go down.
I'm going underground.
Let's go. 90 foot deep, right?
That's
So
crazy.
she goes inside to get her family.
Oh,
And when they come out to inspect it, they realize that the hole is actively growing
yep.
Like
Nope.
down or out?
out.
Okay.
Probably both.
You probably need to leave.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So immediately they run back inside. They're gathering their belongings. They call 911. 911 goes, you need to get out of there. Like, you need to
Yes.
go like
If
now.
it's me, I go, you think I can jump over it?
You think I could pole vault over this hole?
You better do it quick. It's getting bigger.
By the time they get back outside their house with their belongings, the hole had already grown by an additional 50%.
Okay.
Okay. It's
wow.
expanding fast. So May Rose and her family, they make it out to the main street just in time to see their entire house swallowed up in the ground.
Wow.
Oof. See, I thought it was going to be like a solar eclipse, and she thought it was a hole, but it was just a shadow.
A big shadow,
yeah.
right? Like
It's
a
a
big
beaver.
prank.
It's growing towards
Beaver in
me.
the middle.
A prank. So the hole ended up consuming 250,000 cubic yards of soil.
Can you
Oh,
break that
man.
down for us?
That's a
into-
hungry hole.
A
How
lot.
many bags of soil is that?
A couple million.
Okay.
A couple million bags of
Easily,
soil.
yeah.
Okay.
So now we know that Henry Swanson, from the beginning of our story,
Uh-huh.
was attempting to warn Orange County officials about the growing threat of a massive sinkhole in Central Florida.
I think he was
Do we?
correct.
He was correct. So he had discovered that every major metropolitan area, kind of in that area, including like some bigger neighborhoods, were built on limestone caverns, and the weather and soil conditions were perfect for a massive cave-in. So this guy kind of figures it out.
no.
He doesn't know when or where. Nobody wants to listen to him. As it turns out, it just happened to the house of May Rose Williams.
Yep.
But the interesting thing about the situation is the people in Florida handled this exactly the way you would have guessed them to handle this.
I can guess.
Go ahead.
Fill it up with water. I've been wanting a pool.
You're not too far off.
Oh, gosh.
So city officials didn't try to repair anything or
Yep.
even like close anything off. Instead, they started selling tickets.
That sounds right.
Wow.
Tourism.
New
So-
theme park.
So
Look at May's big hole.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So vendors show up.
Okay.
They're selling balloons. They're selling various
Shirts
food
with
items.
Wow.
Shirts with a hole cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's carnival games and rides set up
What?
at the sinkhole.
What?
And
Oh
the
my
Winter
gosh.
Park city officials sold photographs of the sinkhole along with T-shirts that said, "I survived the hole of
No.
81."
No.
What?
Yeah,
And they're just partying around this hole.
giant sinkhole, a 90-foot deep sinkhole.
That sounds like so much fun.
So their reasoning was that the sinkhole had caused millions of dollars in damage,
Mhm.
and they needed to pay for its repair somehow. So they were selling merchandise.
Okay.
Okay,
That
that,
makes
extra
sense.
$200 from
Yeah, that-
shirts
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
would fill that hole in.
Scientists were calling this the largest sinkhole seen by man as a result of a natural condition. So basically, in all of history in modern
Okay.
times, this was the largest sinkhole in like a modern area where people lived.
And they can't blame anybody.
And they can't blame anybody, but they can blame themselves for turning it into a theme park,
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I think
like-
they should.
like instantly, right?
Yeah,
selling
that's not-
t-shirts.
It's not commercial real estate though.
No.
No.
She probably got in trouble.
So if that wasn't strange enough, the sinkhole was so massive that not
How
only
massive was it?
90 feet deep,
Mhm.
and
50% larger than it was.
yeah,
It keeps growing.
massively
Yeah.
round, massively round. It swallowed May Rose Williams' house, but it also swallowed an Olympic-sized community swimming pool
What?
Hold
that was
on.
next door.
This is a hungry hole.
Yeah, and a foreign car repair shop.
Whoa.
Oh, why's it got to be?
That's a giant hole.
Why's it got to be foreign cars?
Well, there's a reason for that. So while the sinkhole carnival is happening,
Okay.
a man by the name of Bob Govern shows up.
Mhm.
And he says he
Okay.
needs to speak with whoever is in charge of fixing the sinkhole situation.
And everybody's like, there's nobody in charge of
Don't you
fixing
see
I
this.
it?
want to know the hole manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The city officials were like, look, buddy, it's already fixed.
The first Karen.
Do you wanna
It is
buy-
what it
You want
is.
to buy a T-shirt?
Jeez.
Like, what do you want from us? As it turns out, Bob Govern had owned 5 Porsches.
What?
The famous, the fancy cars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Josh had 'em.
Yeah.
5 Porsches that had fallen into the sinkhole.
Okay. That's a
And
bad
he-
day.
And he said that, they belong to me and I desperately need them back. So the city officials were like, look, man,
we
sorry.
told you not to park there. The hole's expanding.
Yeah.
Do you think they're insured for that?
Well, the city officials were like, look, the cars are destroyed, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're not, this is a sinkhole, like you're not getting it back. So Bob goes on to say that it's not the cars he cares about so much, but it's the contents within the cars.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He's
this-
like, I want what's in the cars. And so
I had my golf clubs in
Yes.
the back.
he says, I need my property returned to me. So the city of Winter Park,
He's like, who you got? What? You got
What are we gonna do?
You got to sue the earth?
yeah, exactly. So the city
Give
of
me
Winter,
my property back.
the city of Winter Park basically says to him, like, look, man, like you're out of luck. There's nothing we can do. I'm sorry. So Winter Park's a small town.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And people start talking about the situation. And pretty soon, all around the Sinkhole Carnival, people are gathering for just more than games and food. They're gathering as treasure hunters to find
my
out
gosh.
what is inside of Bob Govern's Porsche.
Oh,
And the other
okay.
4 Porsches. There's 5
that
of them.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
So basically, city officials realize this is getting dangerous, man. Like, we got to figure out what to do. Finally, like months later, they decide that it's time to send people away and block the area off. Okay.
Okay, finally.
Yeah. What do you just build a big wall?
Well,
And then people will show up to see the big wall.
exactly.
Whoa, oh my God.
Exactly.
May's big wall around May's big hole.
Exactly. So after a few weeks of debating, the city officials decide that they're going to reinforce the hole with dirt and concrete and turn it into a lake.
Okay. Okay, cool.
You're spot on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So they basically plant trees and grass around it, turn it into a nice little park, and they name it Lake Rose after May Rose Williams, whose house was swallowed by the
I could be a
sinkhole.
city manager.
Yep.
I
you
think
could.
so. What's fascinating is the conditions that created the sinkhole initially were never repaired. They just repaired the sinkhole itself. So theoretically,
let's put some more weight on it.
I think they just preserved the sinkhole.
Yeah. So if the conditions were ever ripe again, it could happen all over again. In fact, Lake Rose was approximately 90 feet deep initially,
Oh, God.
but 6 years later, when they measured it, it was an additional 20 feet deeper.
Jeez.
So city officials have said as recently as 2 years ago that we think it's done growing.
Okay. They just keep a hose in it though.
They just keep filling it up nonstop.
So nobody can see the bottom.
So fun fact, while this is all happening, it gained international attention.
Oh, no.
Okay, this massive hole in Florida, Maze Hole, they called it, which it's hilarious considering that the entire world's watching, and Florida goes, we're going to put some rides up and sell some merchandise. Like, this is how we're going to handle it. But a lot of people around the globe were saying, what on earth was in the Porsches?
You know, Grand
yeah.
Canyon tourism's like, what the hell? We got a hole here.
I know.
We got a huge hole.
Everybody's asking, like, what was in the cars? Like, what was the big deal about the cars? So basically, Bob Govern, he never recovered his Porsches. But a few months after the incident, he was sentenced to 45 years in prison after federal authorities uncovered a $300 million drug ring that he was operating out of the foreign car dealership that was right behind
my gosh.
May's house.
So there is how many pounds of drugs in May's hole?
Or premium car parts.
Adjusted for inflation, there's like about $1 billion worth of merchandise.
What?
I'll jump into Maze Hole.
They believe in the lake.
Yeah.
The funny
Let's go
thing about it
swimming,
is,
boys.
this is true. As of now,
Okay.
Lake Rose, as it's called,
Drug lake.
is a common
yummy.
place where people go to abandon cars.
No, really?
They'll go dump cars. Divers estimate,
Okay.
there's more than a dozen cars currently sitting in Lake Rose.
Why?
They tell
who
you don't
puts
dive in there because you could hit a car if you dive.
I don't know what it is. It's one of those scenarios that started off terrible, got worse, and now it's just like this really pretty park filled with old cars.
That's so
Okay.
weird.
And somewhere beneath the concrete is $1 billion of drug merchandise.
This is exciting.
It is exciting. I feel like we're just getting started.
If I was the dude, though, it would take me a week to learn rappelling,
Sure.
Yeah.
and then I would just rappel.
Yeah.
I think the hard part would be all the lights and the
In the concrete.
and the carnival happening around.
Oh,
at the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay, it's 24. So.
Yeah, and so like it's wild to me that like some random guy in France could be watching the news about this giant sinkhole in Florida, and the camera zooms in, and people are just partying. There's pony rides. They're selling
love it.
merchandise.
Shirts
And
with the
they're
hole
like,
cut
man,
out.
You guys don't go to Florida. It's crazy
No.
down there. But yeah,
And
that's our
we
story.
learned however many episodes ago that the caves in Florida
Absolutely.
have
Super
horses with
deep.
knives in them.
That's
That's right.
the scary part. Yeah.
And now
It
there's
is
there's Porsches with drugs.
knives,
oh
probably.
my gosh.
Come on.
this is too deep.
So
Full
weird.
circle. That's how we do it on this show. In
Let's
fact,
go.
In too deep.
we also do things live. We're doing it right now on live stream.
This
Yes.
is live.
Hello
It is
to our
live.
live streamers. We love you. If you're watching it live, God bless you. If you're watching it with the archive, love you so much. If you guys are just
Love
listening,
you less.
Yeah, a little bit
a little bit less. If
Like
you're
2 days
if
later.
you're
less.
listening
Definitely.
with your earbuds,
Ooh,
Okay.
with your,
those
with
are
your,
the good.
with your ear
bows.
holes. If you're listening
Yes.
with your ear holes right now, and you
Don't
say,
go to the dentist. They'll stick something in there.
you say, I want to see these four boys. I want to see them in all their glory. This is how
Yes.
you do it. You go to patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. You can sign up for bonus episodes. You can sign up for live stream, show notes, Josh's story art. In fact,
true.
someone wrote in today,
Uh-oh.
right before we went live.
Uh-oh.
They said, you tell Josh he needs to start signing his show art.
No,
Yes.
no, no.
They
he
did say
does.
that.
I want people to be able to claim it.
It's not the people's art,
Our
it's your art. I don't know.
It's the people's
This guy
art.
says you got to sign it.
Okay,
I
I'll
think-
sign
I
it
think
for
you
him.
should. Our social media pages are, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, FMOFM Podcast. We love you guys.
I'll
Thank
sign
you
it
for
with my
hanging out
art
with us.
name. My art name, McFarty.
Oh, eat it.
McFarty art.
I'm really upset with you.